I think we are live. So, hello everyone. I think we are here back again on the Token webinar series. So, today we have a new person joining us with us. So, Manish is the product manager in Token. He pretty much is there from the very start of this product. Hey, Manish.
Hi Karun. Hi everyone.
Also, bit of caution, everyone, since we are going through tough times everywhere. I think everyone, everywhere around the world, especially in India. So I would really request everyone to stay at home or go register for vaccination as soon as they can. I think again prevention is so much better than cure. So I think we can start off this session. So Manish, can you please share your screen?
Yeah,
So, so guys, just to give you a brief intro, today our session will be based on integrations, mainly how you can integrate your front end platform, maybe a customer booking site or anywhere you are taking your bookings and you would want to automate it with the delivery management platform. We are going to take it up today that how you can integrate it with the help of APIs, webhooks, and also how you can integrate our SDK to have a seamless tracking experience in your application. So yeah, so let's go through the webinar content once so that we have a fair idea where we are going to start off and how we are going to go through. So first of all, we are going to explore why you need to integrate. Why is there a need to integrate your platform with Toucan? Then we'll go through when would you need to integrate it. So definitely there's a time constraint which is definitely necessary so that you can scale up your operations. Then we'll go through into the technical terms of what are APIs, webhooks, and SDK. We'll also ensure that we also provide the layman terms here so that you as a business owner don't need to be so techy while you're going through integrations. Then we are going to more explore into how SDKs can provide a seamless experience if they are integrated into an application. Uh, Next point will be taken up like API versus webhooks. Next up will be showing you some live demonstrations where we'll show you an integration with Shopify on Toucan. And also in between, we'll cover up how you can integrate your platform using the API. So we'll take up a demo flow and then next up to provide updates onto your platform, or you would have to send up the updates back to Token. Then webhooks, how webhooks can be functional. So I think let's go to the first slide. Uh, Manish, yeah. So first of all, why there is a need when to integrate with Toucan. First of all, Toucan uh, it automates your delivery management operations. So basically, even if you're collecting orders through phone, or you would have a very manual system of collection, which I hope some of the businesses still are there in this world which are going through this manual reconciliation. I would definitely advise them to get on, like, utilize Toucan onto their needs. And what's the pain point that Toucan serves? It provides real-time delivery tracking. So you can with this feature you can even make sure that your customers are very well informed about their delivery. Also, other things that you can do is optimizes operations. It automatically allocates on the basis of your availability. So basically you don't need to set an accountant who needs to look out which delivery needs to be assigned to which agent or driver. Also, it enhances efficiency that you see in the platform. You'll be able to track how many orders are cancelled. Now, going on to the part when would you need to integrate it? So basically, my assumption here is you already have a business, delivery business. It can be anything. It can vary from grocery, food, pharmacy, even PP kit delivery during these COVID days, or there can be a lot of use cases. So I think 30 to 35 odd cases are already listed on our website, and we are exploring more and more. Second point, if you have your own customer facing site or application where you are taking orders from your end customers. Uh, Third is if you want to scale your business without losing your existing customers. So this is a very important point. Usually what happens is when we scale up a business, We don't really see out our existing customers what kind of issues that they are facing. Sometimes we go through the quantity and not the quality. So with token, you'll be it'll make sure that you'll be focusing on the quality as well. And also if you want to provide real-time tracking to your end customers. So these are the why and the whens of integrating with token. So if we go on to the next slide. So now coming on to the major terms, like what are API, webhooks, and SDK. So being non-technical here, uh, so I don't know, like if I say into very layman terms, basically what is an API? So API is a communication tool. So it's basically your mobile device connecting between two applications. So connecting a mobile device connects two users through an interface. API is an interface which actually connects the two applications. So it basically sends, it can fetch a data or it can post a data someplace. So that's the basic meaning of an API. A webhook is a listening device in a very layman term language. It's a listening device which actually listens if there is any data posted out there. So a very sweet example of this is automated voice over machines. So let's say I'm calling a person, I'm calling up Manish, and he doesn't pick up the call after, let's say, 4 or 5 calls. Then there's a webhook set up over there somewhere, which actually what it does is it listens to my 5 calls, and if I don't answer it, it automatically replies back with a preset message. Can be anything. So that particular action you can set up with the use of webhooks, but the webhooks are really are the listening devices. Coming on to SDKs. So SDKs are is a wrapper of API, library, and documentation. So it's basically what you can say, it's a mixed box where you have, let's say, 50 or 60 of APIs which you can use. Also, it has preset of libraries. Along with it, I think the necessary part is documentation, is how you can utilize it. So I hope everyone, if there are any questions, everyone, please do list it out in the comments, and we'll be going one by one into our Q&A session. So if we go on to the next slide. So here I'll be explaining how you can make use of our SDK. So for example, we have provided a way where you can integrate a tracking SDK into your own custom application. So let's say you have a food delivery application where you are serving your, let's say, 500 customers each day, providing them deliveries. So with the help of Toucan, what you can do is Toucan provides you real-time tracking, and with the use of real-time tracking, what you usually have done using Toucan is send a tracking link to your customer on, let's say, an email or an SMS. So taking up this need is what we are seeing is there's a bounce rate. Customer would need to go from an SMS from outside your own application, let's say an ABC application, to a different web page or maybe a browser. So it causes somehow an inconvenience to the user and as business owner as well. So just to tackle that pain point, the SDK can be integrated, and it will directly show the tracking into your application. So that's the very basic of what an SDK can do. Moreover, I think there are various areas where we can utilize our SDK. So an SDK can be utilized over, let's say, a web platform as well as the mobile applications. So just to tell you, like, what are the advantages that an SDK serve, it of course gives you a better in-app experience. And also it is very cheaper because sending an SMS is always a costly affair. Also, we have some links listed out in the PPT. So we'll share out these links once the call is over so that you can go through the different SDK documentation that we have. Also, we have a blog that was written recently. So coming on to the next slide. So I think Manish, can you take this up? I think it's majorly about what's the difference between API and a webhook. So I think Manish, being very technical, he can handle this. Over to you, Manish.
Thanks, Arun. The thing is like what is the difference between the API and where you can use the APIs and webhooks? Like Arun already said that the API is used for basically the exchanging information. Yeah, passing the information between the two applications and webhook is the trigger based. When there is some trigger, then API webhook calls. The I'm explaining the explaining the difference in layman language. Like if you go to the footwear shop and you need you need one shoes of a particular brand and particular model, but that model is not available at that time. So you come back to home and calling the footwear shop again and again. That it's API. The example of API is like you are uh, calling the resource again and again. But the webhook is different. Like it's event based. Like if you set the owner, like when you get the inventory or you get the shoe model, then please call back us. Then in this scenario, the webhook is used. Like in and as per the token related, when you want to create tasks, like if you have a website and you want to seamless integration between token, like when the your customer places an order, it automatically comes to token. Then you have to use the APIs. Like you have to integrate our token APIs to send the task into token from your website. But when we receive the order on token, then agent accepts the order, started the order, completed the order. Then you need same status is update on your website. For this, webhook is used in this scenario. Like when like in normal scenario, it is not necessary that if the order is accepted by agents, then it automatically started after a 5 minutes. And then if you calling the API after a 1 minute every time, and you get the response of started task status started after a 5 minutes, then you are calling the API 5 times. But using the webhook, you will get the notification or a information about the start of the order when agents start the orders. This is the basic difference between the API and webhooks, where you can use easily. Like if for the event based, you have to use the webhooks, and for exchanging the information, like passing the data from one one application to another application, you can use the APIs. The next slide is like how to integrate your platform using API. Like if you have a website and you want to pass the information from your website to token, then you have to integrate by using developer the token open APIs, which is available on the API documentation of token. Like you want to create order from your website to in token, then you have to use the create task API. If you want to manage the teams, agents, managers, or geofences on your website, you don't want to use the token for all your managers, your customers, then you can integrate our APIs to create the agents and team, and you can manage all the things in a one platform, like in your own platform, by integrating the APIs. And this is only about the, like you are adding your agents like managers which you don't want to use the token system, or you don't want to give the access of your token dashboard into your to your managers or your any person which is not related to anyone. Then you can use these APIs on your website to add the agents, teams, or geofences. Also, once you integrate that and you need some sort of information, like you need, like the task details should be shown on your website, then you can use the get task details APIs, like where when you call the API, you will get the information of that task. But for the integration of the API, you have to some sort of knowledge of how it will be developed at your end. The next slide is regarding the webhooks, how you can enable the webhooks in the token. I also want to share some information about the webhook. Webhooks only works when a particular event occurs. like when a agent starts, yeah, when a agent's added in the token, then you need the some sort of information like in your system, like you can update you can update the information at your end too. So you need the webhook, and you don't need to waste your resources to calling the API again and again for particular event. So once the order is successfully completed on token, then you will automatically get the information at your end. You can activate the webhooks from the notification sections, and you can find it from the side menu. Click on the settings and then notification. Then there is a webhook, and you can configure configure the webhook URL according to your use case. Like some needs the webhook on started event, and some needs the webhook on the successful event. So you can configure according to that. The next is how you integrate the Shopify. I will share the Shopify details, Shopify account details with you, from where you can easily enable the webhooks to integrate the Shopify token. Also, I want to share the details, like if you want to integrate the token with other system which is not developed by you, or say, like it's a third party services which you wants to integrate the integrate with the token. Like if we are considering the Shopify, the Shopify does not allow you to integrate the API in your platform, but they are they are they are providing the webhook option to integrate the other platform as well. So as it we integrate the Shopify as at our end, like we using the webhooks. Then the order created on the Shopify, then the webhook triggered on the token URL, and automatically task created in the token system. Let me share you the Shopify account where you can configure the webhooks. Let me share. Like this is the Shopify account. You have to just go to the settings and notification, click on the notifications, and after, while scrolling down, you will find the webhooks option. You have to just create on the webhook, and you have to add an event. On which event, like you want to add the you want to create the task on token. Like if we are considering the order creation, you have to just click on the order creation, and you have to paste the URL which is provided by ourselves, and with your API key. You can find the steps from this link. Like you have to just type on the token Shopify and open the first link. These are the steps already mentioned in our documentation, and you have to just you have to just find out the API key section. Like you have to add this URL in the Shopify, like this. This is the API key which relates to your account. This is the for authentication, like the account authentication. So you have to generate the API key in token and paste here. Like for this, you have to go to the token, click on the settings, API keys. If it's already generated, you have to just copy or paste. If there is no API key, then you have to click on the generate, then new API key will be generated automatically in the token. Then after that, you have to paste here, and you have to select the webhook API version. You have to select the latest version. Once you say, sorry, it was already added, that's why it's showing the error. And after adding, when you completed this this step, then it will show here, like when the event is order creation, the callback URL, and you can test the webhook settings, like it's working fine or not. You have to just click on the send test notification. After successful, you can check the order has been created in token. This is the order which is created by using the Shopify integration. We can share the link in the description for 20 to step to define the steps which is helpful for integration the token with the Shopify. This is done from our side. Arun, you can take this up.
Thank you so much, Manish, and that was really knowledgeable of what you just showed. So that was a live illustration, everyone, of how we can integrate Shopify with Toucan. So I think if everything goes well, we'll be soon on the Shopify marketplace, where you don't need to even get these webhooks installed. So it'll be a very seamless process. So we are into that. I think we can start up with a Q&A probably, and then we'll see if there is any topic which is let's say repeating or have continuous. We can show something live and get done with that. Yeah. So I think the first question is from Shakib. Hey Shakib, I hope you're doing well. Hi, I'm using the Toucan API to get the data about tasks being created via admin dashboard. My use case is to have the ability to get custom fields values of a task as. So yeah, Shakib, that's a very good use case where we can. I think that's how you're collecting. So how the API can collect the data from different forms to be used on another website. So Shakib, if I'm understanding it correctly, by different forms, you meant the data in different, let's say, different type of variables or different type of data encoding, something around that. I'm not really sure of your question, what you've asked, but yeah, through the API you can collect the data. So task is, you can say, in our system is a unique identifier. So through a task, but you are collecting this data into your system. uh, if you are showing it for analytics purposes, so you would have to maintain a unique identifier on your end as well. For example, your unique identifier can be a customer. So a customer can have a multiple order onto the system, and so you can fetch those particular task details by view orders details by customer. So probably I think we can touch base. I think you are connected with me on WhatsApp, so I'll look into your query exactly. So next question is from Nilashish. So Manish, do you want to take this up, or should I?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. So
like,
yeah.
yeah, you want to integrate the platform like Dunzo. Like we are already in process of integrating the other delivery platforms with Toucan. Like we are ongoing development in for the Shadowfax. And once the Shadowfax done with the with the token integration, then we are going to pick the Dunzo as well. So it would be available in next 3 to 4 months, but it's a tentative timeline. But we are already in progress to integrate the other delivery platforms with Toucan.
So just to add more into it, so I think Nilashish, what you were asking was open APIs to integrate to platforms like Dunzo. So I think as a platform, as a order taking platform, you can integrate directly with Dunzo. But if you would want to have something of a view where you are connected with, let's say, multiple merchants, so to handle the tech at your end, it might be certainly something difficult. So for exactly countering that problem, we are developing a merchant-wise assignment where you can actually set up the priority. Let's say you have a certain set of agents, 5 to 10 agents or drivers on your token dashboard, and you would only want to utilize those extra merchants like Dunzo or let's say Shadowfax in case of extra need, or in case when there is a high peak time when you have a lot of orders. So token system will make sure that your riders will get the first priority, and then the task is, if the task is not still allocated to any of the riders, or if they don't accept it, so then it can be pushed up to the third party merchant platform. So third party merchant platform are basically Dunzo and Shadowfax. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Can you integrate Toucan directly with WooCommerce without using Zapier? So I think this is pretty much I think this is pretty much in consideration with our Toucan integration with Shopify. So I think Manish, can you take this up?
Yes, you can integrate the token directly with the WooCommerce. You have to use our open APIs in the WooCommerce and do some coding on the WooCommerce. And after that, once you're done with this, you can easily integrate the token directly with WooCommerce without using the Zapier. And if you are facing this problem to integrate the problem with token without Zapier, then you can share the detail with us. We will definitely help you on this regarding the integration.
So Geoffrey, I think it's just about putting out the final piece of the jigsaw, so you can directly contact on us with us on our support, and maybe raise a ticket on our help desk, and we'll certainly get back to you. Okay, so Remo has asked, can you explain with a live example? So I think Remo, we have already explained with a live example of Shopify where we have created a test order, and I think more we can definitely utilize after what's your requirement on it. So definitely we'd wait for your comment. Next one. Okay, and I think Remo is asking for Zoho platform. So, Remo, basically how you can integrate with Zoho is Zoho, I think if I consider the workflow is you are, let's say, creating tasks through our platform, maybe a custom application or a booking form, and then you would want to push some data into Zoho. So Zoho has a lot of plugins where they provide accounting, CRM. So just wanted to ask you uh, what kind of data do you want to push into the Zoho platform, exactly into which plugin? So I think Nilashish here has a follow-up question. So he asked that will the system be intelligent enough to handle bulk orders using the integrations and allocating them agents among multiple platforms? Can I assume Token will serve like a marketplace? So Nilashish, coming back to onto your question, like I want to answer the last question first. Will Token serve as a marketplace? Uh, Directly no, but if I say it when we are connecting with different merchants, we are virtually saying a yes to it. So kind of yes, but still a no, not no for but still a no for a marketplace. We don't want to go there in the marketplace. We already have yellow for that. Coming back to onto this part, will the system be intelligent enough so that it can handle the bulk orders? So Nilashi, definitely the system can be made intelligent enough. It's mainly about how you are pushing the task into the queue, and then your scheduler takes up the auto allocations, and then maybe we can pass on a different metric which let's say gives the admin the right where he can define, okay, let's say I have 500 orders which I want to push into the system. These 300 orders, let's say, are of my premium customer. I want to deliver them myself, so I can maybe put there a key where it follows that I would want to go with a captive agent, and rest of the 200 orders will get assigned to a merchant if there's no captive agent is available, and then depends on whether they accept the task or not. So this process definitely goes like one by one, where first the request is sent to the captive agents. Nobody accepts it, it's going to be sent to merchant 1. If they don't accept it, merchant 2, and so on. So I hope that answers your question. So Remo is saying that Zoho inventory, Zoho desk, mobile SDK for chat. So Manish, do you want to take this up?
Yes, Ramo, currently we don't have any integration with the Zoho directly, and we have to check whether we can do this or not. For the customers mobile SDK for the chat, we have a Hippo in our own product, and we are using the same for the chat and the support. So we will definitely look into this and get back to you soon.
Sure. So is it better to fetch data with webhooks, say WooCommerce, than an API? Manish?
Yes.
So
Like it depends like which data you want to fetch from the webhook. Like if you want to create the like for the webhooks, when it sends from the WooCommerce, then token should needs to be handle the webhook data which we received from the WooCommerce. But the for the WooCommerce, it is better to using the API instead of the webhooks, because when the data sent from the another platform into token using webhooks, then token have to handle that data. Otherwise, no action will be performed on the token, like no order creation on the token. So it's better for the webhook using the API.
So I think Joffrey pretty much depends on your which kind of request are you trying to push out. Probably if it is an order creation, then order creation is better served through API. But if it's about fetching any status update, so then webhooks are the best useful. So Mustafa here
Yeah.
says that he can't find agent except webhook. So yeah, Mustafa, we don't have an agent except webhook. I think Manish can explain more into the technical figures. Probably we would want to look at it.
Yes, Mustafa. We are working on providing the agent asset webhook for all the clients. Like right now we don't have, but we have another alternate solution for this, like the task update webhook notification. In that webhook, you will be get all the notification like agent accepted, agent assigned, deleted, even cancelled. So you have to put a check on at your end to check whether this order is for accepted or cancelled or deleted. So this can be done from the back end. If you want to enable this webhook, then we can definitely enable this webhook for in your account. And for agent, only for agent asset webhook, we are already working on it.
So yeah, Mustafa, probably by Q2 you'll see that there's an agent except webhook. Thank you, Manish. Coming on to next question from Edward Lee. Hey, Edward. So he says that how to use webhooks and what is the purpose of saying. So currently, so it's the phase one release of our heat maps. So the purpose of this currently is it will show the agent where the orders are generating or where maybe the delivery of the orders is, so that they can take the necessary step themselves. So right now it's not for admin or agents. And also how you can enable it, you can simply go to preferences. You'll see, if you scroll down, you'll see an option where you can enable webhook, enable, sorry, heat map. There it will show what kind of heat maps, what kind of order heat maps do you want to see. Do you want to only see it for the pickup orders? Let's say if you have restaurants, you'll your agents will be able to figure out like which restaurants are getting maximum orders, so they can maybe go nearby them and get more orders. Also, you can sometimes, if there's a delivery use case, so your agents can have the ability to see which areas are generating more orders, maybe in a service kind of use case where you are giving out a service. I think that's so. Next question coming up from Mebu is: can multiple tags would be assigned to a single task? Yes, it can be done. And it says how to retrieve orders or tasks based on tags and other status combined. So, Manish, can you take this up question? The second part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. There is an option to retrieve the orders from the API using the tag. But if you want to see see the task based on the tags, then you can check the task in the list view page where you can apply the filter of the tags, and you will get the all the tasks based on the tags. But right now from the API, it's not possible. Yeah, but what I'm for the other status, yes, you can get the orders using the different statuses using our open API. Then you can filter out the tasks depending on the which status you want which status you will pass on in the API, then you will get results according to that.
So I think maybe you can definitely refer to our documentation on API. So Remo has a follow-up question. So Zoho provides API. I think Zoho does provide an API. Can we integrate with their API? So Remo, just to answer this shortly, yes, we can integrate with their API. But it would be a custom development if we see it, because not many of our customers are already integrated with Zoho or don't want Zoho as their integration. But we'll definitely look it out from a standard integration perspective. So sure, please share out the API documentation if you have already with you, and we'll definitely look it out. Okay, that's coming up from Nilashish. So thanks, that was helpful. Thank you, Nilashish. You're welcome. So Mustafa is also saying thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Remo has another follow-up question. In Token, we are able to generate barcode. The generated barcode can be shared directly to the customer with Webhook. So Manish, can you take it up?
Yes, Remo, you can share the barcode details using the webhook with your customer. Like when the webhook trigger, then you will get the barcode information in the webhook data too. So it's at your end, you can parse the data and share the barcode value with your customer.
So I think that's a yes, definitely. So Mehboob here asks, is this video be available post seminars and how to watch it later? So Mehboob, yeah, you can watch up this video on our JungleWorks Facebook page as well. I think on LinkedIn page, I'm not sure that they maintain it, but definitely on JungleWorks Facebook page, you'll be able to see all the videos. So Anthony asks, is it possible to have one task, different agents, like one parcel is handled by 2 or 3 agents from different regions? So Manish, you want to take it up?
Yeah, Anthony, the one task can't be assigned to different multiple agents, but you can create the same task with the same information while creating for same information to and assigned to different 2 or 3 agents. But it's not possible that one task is handled by 2 or 3 agents.
So, Anthony, just to elaborate it out, like one task we usually consider, let's say from a location A to location B, if a parcel has to go, then it's basically one task. And if one task has to be, for example, yes, a parcel can be assigned to different agents, but still it can constitute a number of tasks, let's say 5 tasks from, let's say, customer's home to a warehouse A, then warehouse A to warehouse B. So we are taking those different tasks in a single parcel. So our system constitutes that one task has to be assigned to a single agent at a single point of time. So I think Mustafa is here providing view fleet profile. Not sure what. In this API, the fleet ID is single. Can we have it as an array?
Yeah, sure, Mustafa. We will check the feasibility, and if it's possible in this API, we will definitely add this. Yeah, maybe we will implement the another API where you can find you can send the fleet ID array in the API request. Right now, because number of clients are using this API already, and we do not want to change the request body for that one too. So maybe we can implement in this API, or we can implement another API to send the fleet IDs in the array.
So Edward has a follow-up question. Can I see total amount of money that drivers must collect from customers analytics? So Edward, not sure in analytics, but I think there's one feature which you can utilize is an agent wallet feature. So it basically fills up the wallet of a particular driver if he's collecting the cash on delivery orders. So for example, if I'm a driver and if I go to 3 different places and if I collect total in, let's say, $500 or $1,000, then my wallet amount will fill up as $1,000. And as an admin, I can directly go onto my dashboard and I can see, okay, which agent is carrying how much amount. Also, while he's giving out the money back, giving back the money to, let's say, a store manager or an admin, then an admin can similarly create a transaction, and he can simply say that, okay, this much amount of money is collected from this particular agent. Also, one more point on top of it is you can set up the earnings, and that earnings will be visible as credits to the driver. So that definitely, I think that can help you out. So in this way, you can probably show it to yourself, manager, and agent as well, all of the three entities. So I think Kashish here is a question. I have most of my deliveries as CODs. I want to be able to see at the end of the day how much money I need to collect from the drivers that they collected from the customer. So I think Kashish, it's mostly related to the answer that I have given to Edward. You can use out the agent wallet feature, and as an agent wallet, it's basically a transactional ledger, nothing where you can actually give out or transfer out the money, but it's a ledger where you can definitely select an agent A, and you can see how much cash he has collected and how much you would have to collect. So there are checks and balances out there which you can definitely maintain and help you out, help yourself. So Rawad here is a question. He asked that what is the difference between Yellow and Zoho? So Rawad, to answer it on a very simple line, so Yellow is a marketplace builder. There are different type of marketplaces. Zoho is a platform which consists of many kind of plugins. So Zoho has CRM, Zoho has inventory. So the different products there are named as per their names, like Zoho Inventory, Zoho CRM, Zoho ERP. So that's a different whole kind of office suite that is there. In Yellow, that is a marketplace builder. So we have P2P marketplaces, we have grocery marketplaces, different kind of marketplaces. So we have total four kind of products there. So you can definitely check it out on our website, jungleworks.com. Kurshish asked, and
Let
how can I view this from analytics section to view this? So
I don't
I think,
let me ask this. Let
yeah,
me
sure.
answer this question. Yeah, Kashish, you can't see the agent wallet in the analytics section, but the agent wallet is only a you can view the agent wallet in the agent wallet section, and where you can definitely check where the total amount, like in agent wallet, in on agent wallet you can see that bifurcation of the amount collected according to the per task. Like you can find the which for which task he collected which amount, and also there is a summation of the amount is already there in the agent wallet. Yes, analytics section you can check the earning and pricing of the task, but for the agent only you have to go to the agent wallet section where you can see all the data. It is similar like to the analytics section, and you can even export the report for that too.
I think Kashish, that it serves the same kind of purpose, not exactly the base you want to look it at, but we'll definitely see it if we can integrate it in the analytics section as well. But I think it will be redundant if we make it visible in two places. So Remo asks, we need the entire generated PDF file shared to the customer. How do we share it? Can you show with an example? So I think Manish, you can probably take it up.
Yes, Remo, there is we can generate the PDF in the email notification or using the export option in Toucan. When you generate the PDF using the export option, then you have to manually share with your customer at your by using email by at your end. But if you want to system automated triggers send the email on the customer email, then you have to configure the email notification, like when task successful, then you can enable the PDF attachment, and you can define all the information which you wants to which you which you want to send in the PDF attachment. I will share you the example. Like, let me share my screen, and I will share where you can do this. Here you have to go to the settings. notifications, and you can enable here settings. You have to just enable here, and you have to add these fields like this. Then this attachment will automatically send to the email to the customer when task completed. You can add also the custom field details here too. In this account there is a no custom field, that's why it's not visible, but you can add the custom field details here too.
So I think Mehboob is next question. We would like to integrate our mobile app, so that is a native iOS Swift, to retrieve and display driver location to our customer or sign order. So yeah, Mehboob, you can simply go to docs.jungleworks.com. So it spells docs.jungleworks.com, and there on the token section you can see that there's an SDK section. On the SDK section, you can simply see out how you can integrate the SDK onto your application. So it will show the tracking details once the agent has started the order, not before that usually. So I think that's pretty much straightforward. You can probably review that SDK, and if you have any questions, you can reach our help desk and we'll be able to help you out. So next question coming on from Mustafa. If the agent stays idle for a while, their app may go to sleep mode. Can we have a wake up module by API in order to keep the agent awake? Manish?
Yes, Mustafa, there is a background service which runs in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Like if we are not getting any location from the past 15 minutes, then it automatically sends the notification in the agent app in background and asks, and the agent from the agent app, the location services and other services automatically re-triggered to the backend. It's already there.
So I
But
think Mustafa,
I
yeah,
want to add one more thing. If there is a OS restrictions, like the phone is on power mode or low power mode, and the background services are disabled, then there is no way to keep the to to awake the app again using the API trigger or not.
so I think Mustafa, probably there are measures to encounter this, but definitely phone settings are much more useful when it comes. Let's say if it's in battery saving mode, then we cannot do many things about it. But yeah, there are checks and measures in this place. So Remo here says Waybill I'm referring to. Manish?
Babel. Sorry, Ramo, but it's Babel can't be automatically sent from the system on the customer email. But we will look into this, your feedback, and we'll definitely work on this.
So Abhishek has a question here. An admin can track the agent with admin dashboard, but how is a customer going to track the live location of his order? So Abhishek, there are a couple of things. Like first of all, where is the order being created? Is it a third-party platform? If it's a third-party platform, then as an admin, you have the empowerment to send your customer a live tracking link. So that tracking link stays active once the order is started, once the agent has started the task, and until he has completed it. So that thing is active there. Also, for a better, if you have a mobile application that you have developed yourself or maybe from a third party vendor, you can probably share the SDK details, and they can integrate the tracking SDK so that they can have the tracking within the application. So Mehboob is following on the Kashish on over the same question that Kashish raised. Do COD ledgers of agents can also be settled after collections?
Yes, Mehboob, it can be settled. Like the admin or manager has to create a transaction and settle the collection in for a particular agent. You have to do this from the agent wallet section manually.
So Mehboob, probably you would have to go to extensions once, activate the agent wallet and incentive section. And once activated, please go through over it. For any help, you can definitely refer to our help desk. There's a few material that is over there to check out the documentation, and definitely you can create a transaction which can debit or credit into an agent specific agent's wallet. So that functionality is already there. So Gaurav here has a question: does admin have access to build his own algorithm for delivery agent assignment? So currently, no, Gaurav. Admin doesn't have the access to build his own algorithm. But do reach out with your feedback. What kind of algorithm do you want? And we'll definitely have it look at it out. Please say again, how can I activate? Okay, Geoffrey coming back again. So you can activate heat maps from once you go into your settings from your dashboard. After settings, press the preferences button. On the preferences section, scroll down. If you scroll down, you'll see it says enable heat map. Once you enable the toggle, you'll see options. What kind of task do you want to see on the heat maps? Any of the options that you choose, the agents will be able to see those heat maps which their teams have already done. Let's say I have a team that is based out of region A, and they have done, let's say, 10 orders in different maybe blocks. So they'll be able to see 10 different heat maps. So one particular agent of that team will be able to see that those 10 heat maps onto the map screen. Mustafa asks, is there any setting to be enabled for that? So I think Mustafa, so I think it's about the wake up, Manish, that you answered, the wake
No,
up module.
no, Mustafa, you don't need to enable any setting. It's already activated from the backend, and the cron is already set, and it's automatically triggers for all the agents, not for only single account, but it works for all the agents, all the accounts from the backend automatically.
So Remo has a follow-up question. Can we have shipping label interface anytime soon? Since we are in logistics, it would be a great help. So Manish, I think it's
Yeah.
more mainly about
Yeah,
the Babel.
Ramo, in Bayville, it's already there. Like you can define which information you need in the label, and you can export as a PDF, and then you can print that labels and you can paste it at the on the logistic package. Then you have to just, and you can also define the page of size in the Bayville settings, and number of barcodes you need, number of the orders you will need to be you have to, which you want to print in a single page. You can enable these settings in the preference. You can find out these settings in the preferences, and at the bottom of the page you can find the barcode settings.
So I think, yeah. So Mehboob asks, is there any logs also maintained for all the API queries that their account is asking?
Mehboob, we are not maintaining logs for all the APIs. Means like we have a major APIs which we maintain the logs, but which only in the system only for the last three days. After 3 days, we are archiving the logs. There is a cron which automatically archiving the last 3 days logs automatically, because there is a number of APIs which are not necessary to log to maintain the log for that API. So we are only maintaining the logs for only the necessary APIs, like create task, create multiple tasks, get task details, add, delete agents, like these major functionalities.
So Mehboob, just to add to that answer, like why are we not maintaining those particular logs? Is that if you maintain those logs, that will make your dashboard a bit heavier, and it will be a bit laggy to load up. So we are definitely removing the information that is not so required. But if definitely you need something that is requirement to your case, we can definitely figure some solution out. So I think we are done with the questions here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Manish, for joining up this call. It was a
Thank you,
pretty
Arun.
good session. I think pretty knowledgeable one that we had. And thank you so much, everyone who had joined this call. Hope we meet up again soon in the coming up in the next one with some new topics. Also, if you have do any queries, please reach out to our help desk to raise a question over there. We'll definitely reach out back to you. Our support team do reaches out, and they're pretty fast in that. Also, just to finish this off, guys, do take care of yourself and your families. Do maintain proper hygiene, because since the COVID is here, we definitely don't want any of our customers or any of, say, any individual to suffer more from that. So thank you so much.